You've heard them all, different words, different teachings, but they all point to the same truth. Letting go, surrender, acceptance, non-resistance, allowing, wu-wei, forgiveness. They sound like different paths, different traditions, different tongues, but they're all the same move, the same release, the same homecoming. You just forgot it was that simple. Not because you're unaware, but because you're overwhelmed. You've been trained to hold on, to push, to prove, to brace. But what if the most powerful thing you could do wasn't to hold on tighter, but to let go altogether? What if all these words were just signposts, pointing you to a truth you already feel, but rarely trust? These aren't different paths, they're reflections of the same river. Let's name them one by one, not to memorize, but to remember. Letting go, a term refined by David Hawkins. He taught that peace doesn't come from taming the mind, but from relaxing the grip on emotion, not fixing, not analyzing, just loosening the hold and letting it move through. Surrender, a word often used in spiritual circles. Think the Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, yet one soaked in misunderstanding. It isn't defeat, it's laying down the illusion of control, trusting the current more than your strokes, not weakness, wisdom. Acceptance or non-resistance, rooted in Buddhist psychology. Not approval, not agreement, just a quiet end of argument, to stop pushing against what's already here, not giving up, tuning in. Wu-wei, the Taoist jewel, effortless effort, action without force, not passive, just aligned. You're not steering, you're being carried. Forgiveness, the core of Christian mysticism, not permission, not forgetting. It's the release of the rope that keeps you tethered to the past, a quiet decision to stop bleeding from a wound that's no longer open, not for them, for you. Each one a finger pointing at the same moon, each one a way of letting go. They are not passive, they are not weak, they are a return to truth, the truth that you are not your tension, you are not your resistance, you are the space beneath it, the silence that stays when the fight ends. Letting go is not a moral idea, it's a functional one. Resistance creates suffering, always. The tighter you grip, the more life slips through your fingers. Letting go creates clarity, it creates peace, space, flow. It's not spiritual fluff, it's structural, it's mechanical. It's how you unjam the gears of your mind. It's how you create space where suffering once lived. Resistance is what tightens the loop, what hardens the story, what turns life into a cage. The moment you let go, even a little, the bars begin to melt. This isn't morality, it's physics. A tight fist holds nothing. An open hand can hold the world. You've been told that letting go is weakness, but it's what the strong eventually discover the hard way. Because the pain doesn't end when you win, it ends when you stop needing to fight. And in that stillness comes vision. In that breath comes clarity. You don't have to make peace, you only have to stop making war. The tighter you grip, the heavier it becomes. Let go, and there's nothing to carry. All transformation begins here, in the exhale, in the drop, in the brave, invisible act of letting go. So how do you actually do it? That's where we'll go next. But first, can you feel it? The thing you're clenching, the loop you're holding. What if you didn't? What if you could let go and let everything else begin? This isn't a trick of the mind, it's a return to the body. You've probably felt it already, that whisper of space when you stop resisting. But now you want to know, what does it look like to truly let go? It's not a technique, it's a willingness. Letting go isn't something you do, it's something you allow. You don't chase it, you notice it. You don't force it, you stop interfering. It's not about fixing the feeling, it's about giving it space to move on its own. Think of a crying child. You don't interrogate them, you don't rush to logic or reasons. You sit, you breathe, you wait. You hold the space until the storm passes. Letting go is like that. You sit beside the part of you that's hurting, without judgment, without trying to change it. You stay, you breathe, and somehow it shifts. This is the paradox. Letting go happens on its own when you stop trying to make it happen. You're not letting go of a thought, you're letting go of the feeling beneath it. Because thought is the mask, emotion is the root. And here's why that matters. David Hawkins mapped human emotion on a scale of energy, from shame and guilt up through fear, anger, and pride, all the way to courage, love, and peace. The lower the emotion, the heavier it feels, not just metaphorically, but energetically. These states constrict your perception, they narrow your world. Letting go isn't just emotional hygiene, it's spiritual alchemy. When you release the weight, you rise. You don't have to climb, you don't have to fix, you just stop holding what was always pulling you down. Letting go raises your baseline, it clears the fog, it expands your field. You become more magnetic, more intuitive, more at ease. Because peace isn't at the top of the mountain, it's at the bottom of your resistance. And once you release what you're gripping, you rise without effort. You can pluck 1,000 leaves, but until you reach the root, it keeps growing back. Letting go means turning your attention from the noise in your head to the sensations in your body. Sadness isn't an idea, it's a weight in your chest. Anxiety isn't a sentence, it's the tightness in your belly. And anger isn't logic, it's heat rising in your face. You can argue with thoughts forever, but thoughts are symptoms. They multiply from emotion. You don't tame the wind by pushing back. You open the window and let it move. So stop arguing with the voice and start sitting with the ache. So here's what that really looks like. A simple practice. 1. Notice the emotion. Don't label it, just feel it. 2. Locate it in the body. Where is it hiding? Is it sharp, heavy, hollow? 3. Allow it. No resistance, no timeline, no meaning, just space. And breathe. Let the breath be your ground. Let it carry your attention back to now. Use the physiological sigh if you want to settle your system. Take a deep breath through your nose, then sip in a second sharp inhale at the top, and release it all through a long exhale from the mouth. Not to suppress the feeling, but to open the body to it. Because your nervous system is listening, it's the voice of your subconscious. When it softens, your inner walls begin to dissolve. The emotion doesn't vanish instantly, but your relationship to it changes. You stop being afraid of the feeling, and the feeling stops needing to scream. Letting go isn't about escape, it's a return. Not a fleeing from discomfort, but a re-entry into what's already here, minus the fight. The current knows where it's going. Your job is to stop standing in the way. There's nothing to solve, there's only something to feel. You start to practice in small moments, when the traffic builds, when someone says the wrong thing, when boredom tugs at you. You stop tightening, you breathe, you say, okay. Not because it's easy, but because you're tired of fighting what already is. And from that space, something opens. You've already practiced control, now practice release. You've already tried to think your way free, now feel your way whole. You don't need more thoughts, you need less resistance, you need space. So start here, not with effort, not with analysis, just a breath, a softening, a quiet return. The wind didn't stop blowing, you just stopped resisting it. And in that moment, life remembered what it was: flow, rhythm, stillness. You thought letting go was the end, but it was the beginning. Because the moment you stopped clinging, space opened, energy shifted, and something long blocked began to breathe again. Letting go isn't just how you heal, it's how you return to presence, to peace, to the grounded hum of enoughness. The door you were knocking on was never locked. Truth has always been softer. It opens when you stop trying to force it. It enters when you become still enough to let it. This is the secret behind every moment of grace, every shift that came when you least expected it, every time life felt like it finally exhaled. It wasn't luck, it wasn't magic, it was you, no longer in the way. Because when you let go, you stop radiating resistance, and the world stops mirroring your tension. When you let go, you become available to calm, to clarity, to quiet joy. You stop reaching and start receiving. Letting go is not the absence of care, it's the presence of trust. And trust is the frequency of peace. This is why the mystics taught surrender, why the masters pointed to silence, why the sages returned to the breath. Because only when you are empty can you feel whole. Only when you are still can you hear what's true. Only when you let go can what you seek finally find you. This is the key, the quiet one. Let it go, and the space that opens is everything you've been looking for. Not just peace, but power. Not just healing, but alignment. You don't have to keep chasing the light. Just let go of what blocks it, and it will fill you effortlessly. Letting go isn't giving up, it's coming home to the part of you that was never broken, never lost, just waiting for the moment you'd stop bracing and begin being.